Like we know Mark Wahlberg is my hall pass.
Yes,
right?
and we know that Kevin Costner is mine. He is. Kevin Costner is my hero. I love all baseball movies, right? Like he's the dude. I would love to meet the two. I have a lot of celebrity friends, right? You name a comedian, I know him. I've met him. I've chatted with him. Other guys in movies are my friends. Some of my friends that I started comedy with are now becoming stars. None of them make me starstruck. However, I think if I met Kevin Costner, I'd be like, ah! Yeah. And George Strait. If I could meet George Strait, that's on my bucket list to meet George Strait, right? And sit around his campfire at his ranch with the other Mexicans that work for him. Dude, George Strait for me. Because remember, you know my John Travolta story.
Oh, that's a crazy story. You got to tell that story because that's like a weird,
dude. So,
random
and by the way,
story.
Like for me, I think people that were famous when I was a kid, I'm more excited to meet.
I think that's normal. I think that's everybody.
You know, celebrities that became celebrities as when I was an adult, and I meet them, I'm like, right. But like I met the bad guy from Karate Kid, what's his name? He's got a
guy.
weird name. Zucker or. But I met him and I was like, oh my God, I just met the bad guy from Karate Kid. Like it was awesome.
Yeah.
You know. So so anyway, I'm hungover. It's a Sunday. I used to live on Sunset and Gower.
Yep.
With Brandon Rogers.
In the Batcave.
In the Batcave. You always called it the Batcave.
Because it was no windows. It was so dark and that brown carpet. It was totally like a Batcave.
I loved it.
No,
and I should have stayed there
so,
forever.
So
it was rent
sad.
control. I was paying no money. And then I don't want to live in the Batcave. Let's get out of the Batcave.
You had one window that looked out on an alley. That was it.
You broke me. And then, so anyway, Sunset and Gower. And then down the street is a place called Birds. Across the street from Birds is the Scientology building.
Yeah, the big Hollywood Center.
The Celebrity
Center.
Yes,
they call
the
that.
Celebrity Center so it's a Sunday morning-ish, and I'm hungover, and I'm sitting at the bar. They had this great like chicken everything. That's why it was called Birds. It had chicken everything, but they had this great chicken soup that reminded me of Mom's Mexican caldo. Uh-huh. So I would go over there for the hangover, right? So I'm sitting there eating, and this dude next to me, older guy, he's like, well, back then, I was in my 20s, so he was probably like 30. Like, older guy. He goes, hey, man, you want a shot? And I'm like, man, like, try not to drink, but if you're buying, I said, I'll do a shot with you. So he orders 2 shots. We have a shot. He has a shot. We start talking. We start chatting it up, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, man, I'm supposed to be at Scientology right now. My cousin wants me there, right? And he's like, you want another shot? I mean, we're like 4 shots in. And then all of a sudden, John Travolta comes storming in. And he
like
comes...
This? John
yeah,
Travolta
like he's
like
pissed.
This?
Like he's pissed. Why gotta make fun of me, dude?
What is this?
That was my act out. That was my act out.
You just want to show off your shoulders, or what? What was that?
You noticed. You clearly noticed my cannonball. You clearly noticed.
Sorry, go.
So anyway, and it's hard to look that way because they're like, sometimes they're in my peripheral. I'm like, damn, oh, that's my shoulder.
Because your neck's too thick.
Dude. Why am I even mad in my dream when you cheat on me? I should be so relieved. In my dream, I'll be like, finally, she found another guy to torment. So Travolta comes in. He comes in, right? Yeah. Travolta comes in, and he's like, what are you doing? He's yelling at the guy next to me. You're supposed to be at church, and blah, 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 and are you drinking, and did you, and he starts pointing at me. He goes, did you give him drinks? I go, hey, man, I didn't give him any drinks. He goes, you know what, buddy? He tells me to my face, you're in big trouble, mister. You're in big trouble. And then he grabs the dude and leaves, and everybody around me was like, oh, crap, you know John Travolta? And I'm like, no, but he just scolded me. Apparently I'm in big trouble.